How is it going today, guys? Back at it again with another video. Don't mind the top of that filter right there. We're doing a water change on the 29-gallon tank.
Oh dear, okay.
So what will we be doing today with this tank? Well, this tank been cycling for about a month and a few weeks. To be honest, I don't really know how long it's been cycling. It's been sitting for a long time. And the reason for it, I've been having issues with ammonia for some reason in it. There's no fish in it. Hasn't been any fish in it. Some people cycle different ways. You have a fishless cycle with no fish, and you have a cycle with fish or snails, other things like that. But we're going to do a water change on it. We're going to discuss how we're going to escape the tank, what we might want to put inside the tank. I got some sand right there from Petco. Let's see what happens. So, we topped it off. Some quick little cleaning right here. Look at all that stuff that just comes off the sides of that. Crazy what can grow on the side of tank glasses. Pretty much just do it around the rim because the water dries up there and it just makes it ugly. But I really leave the sides, don't really matter to me. And we just wipe down the glass. Yep, just like that. And then you get a pretty tank. So the question is, what will we be doing to our new tank? What will we be putting inside of there? What are we going to house in the tank? What the scape is going to look like? I want to do quite a few different things. I kind of want a sand bottom, or at least a half sand bottom, maybe some gravel on the other side, or maybe something like this. But the problem with this right here is it is not enough sand, so when I plant, it always gets uprooted. Sand does a real good job at keeping the plants in the ground of the tank, so that guys like him don't uproot them looking for food. Yeah, talking to you. So maybe a lot of sand, about 3 inches of sand, and then a fine line of a pebble maybe on top of it with some rock like this, not as much as this tank has. And I'm thinking some lava rock. I'm not too sure what types of rocks, or maybe a type of driftwood that I want to use. I do know I want to go heavy on the plants. I don't want a lot of hiding spots though. So the question is, what the scape should be, and what type of fish should I put inside of the tank? Comment that down below, what you think. We got our sand in our bucket. We rinsed it very well. There's many different ways to rinse the sand so that it won't cloud your water up or leave a bunch of sand floating on the top. One way is taking the bag, poking holes in the bottom of the bag, and running your hose through it, your water hose through it, and just letting it siphon through there, and it'll clear it up a lot. Also putting it in a bucket, taking it to your basement or a sink or wherever you're able to put water, and just let the water overflow it. That gets a lot of this floating sand out. A lot of floating sand out. So that it doesn't cloud the water up. Many methods. You could think of a lot of ways to clear your tank before putting sand. One thing I like to do is cut a water bottle in half, put this side upside down like this, and you just scoop up as much sand as the water bottle allows you to. Take this part here, hold it, let it fill up with some water, And you can kind of guide it, control where you want your sand to go. It's not allowing a lot of it to float to the top. You can remove the top, doesn't matter. If I had a better water bottle, this lid wouldn't be an issue, but it's alright. Work with what I got. So I decided to go with sand. A lot of the comments on Instagram said sand. What I think I'm going to do though is sand on one side and grab on the other side. And decide with the sand. Is where I'm going to do a lot of the planting. Just look how easy it just goes around. So easy that way. And then this half over here, gravel to match this. These might stay in, they might not. This is just a test. I don't know if it's gonna stay this way, if I want it that way. It's just what I'm doing for now. I brought 2 bags of sand. Don't think I needed the other bag, but we'll see. It all depends on the plants and what fish I decide to get. Fish like to uproot plants for whatever reason. I want to get a lot of sand back here. I know the recording ain't so good, I'm just using a cell phone until I get me a nice camera. I want to get most of the sand in the back because that's where a lot of the plants are going to be. I'm thinking of Anubis, water lettuce for the top, duckweed maybe, Amazon thorn, maybe some ferns, Asian fern or Java fern. I love those because they grow small plants on them and you can replant them. Oh wow. I would show you my beta bowl, but it's looking a mess right now. It's going through this cloudy phase, which I hate so much with a passion. That's what I love about it. When you get that sand that's on the top, you just take the water bottle and you poke it right over it and it makes it sink. Wish I could show y'all with that piece there, but the water bottle ain't working so right now. So this is what we got so far. It's going to need the other bag of sand. It's just not deep enough. I really want the plants to stay in like they do over here. See how high up the sand is? Got some guppies in here. They're going through this weird skin problem. Testing the water, everything seems fine. I'm guessing it's some sort of fungus. Not too sure. If you might know what this stuff is. Let's see. It's growing around them on their skin and fins. Let me know. This is what it turned out to be. Kind of like it. One with the whole bottom covered. I might remove this rock. Petco sells these bags of rocks that I like. That matches this. I think I might buy it and put like a stack of them over in this corner. I'm replacing this heater. That's not probably good, having it touch the sand. I don't think this heater works, to be honest, because the tank isn't cold at all. And I don't feel heat coming from this. The light is on, signaling that it is working. And I have it at about 80 degrees and it doesn't seem to do anything. Don't know.